Hello YouTube, this is Reading Reddit and this day we're actually going to talk about, there's going to be three stories today with some comments, and we're going to talk about vacations. Vacations can bring up so many things in us because we're going to a new place, and my version of a vacation, no kids involved. If I'm going on vacation, kids do not enter into the equation. I am not going to be sitting up here changing where I want to go because some kid wants to have his chicken nuggies and his ham sammies with cheese and grilled ham sammy no, I'm not doing it. As Child Free Kimberly says, vacation with kids is not a vacation. It's parenting in a different place. So let me get to these three stories. The first one is one where a man wants his ex-wife to take their kids, not just their kids, but their stepkids on vacation. I, 39 female, have been divorced from my ex-husband, 41 male, for 9 years. So 39 female, 41 male. We have two kids, 12 male, 9 female. My husband got married to his new wife and they have 3 kids in total, 9 male, 5 female. They are expecting a fourth one. Me and my ex share custody of our kids. But within these 9 years, there's been a dramatic change in his economic status. I got promotions and now earn near 6 figures, but my ex lost his job, and that caused his income to change and become low. His recent job pays slightly less than his previous one. So here's the issue. Since I can afford to buy a lot of things for my own kids, my ex and his wife don't like it. They say that it's unfair to their kids because they cannot afford to buy things like I do, and all of his children should have the same stuff. Last year I brought my son a laptop because he got the highest score on his exams. My ex didn't like it and told me that I'm spoiling my kids and making them into entitled brats. The issue arrived because his oldest and his wife, 9 male, also wanted a laptop too. And for my ex, their money is tight. He is a sole provider in their house, and his wife is mostly a homemaker but works part-time sometimes. However, it's not like I do this to show off. I do tell my kids to be humble about the things they got and not to brag about them. I do buy gifts for my ex's kids on their birthdays and Christmas. In August, me and my entire family plan to go to Italy. It's supposed to be a family vacation. I will be taking my kids with me. They're excited too. My ex had no problem until he called me and asked if I could take his kids with me too. I was kind of shocked. He explained that they cannot afford to travel, and his other kids were insisting that they go on holiday with us as well. They're sort of jealous of my kids for being abroad on a holiday. I straight up told him no, I won't be taking responsibility for someone else's kids. Though I make a lot more money than he does, I cannot afford the accommodation for 6 people. I told him his kids are none of my concern. After he hung up, I get cruel messages from his wife calling me a cruel bitch for ruining her kids' happiness and said, I hope you're happy making small children cry. God will be punishing a greedy bitch like you. My dad thinks I did the right thing, but my mom thinks I went too far and told me not to take my kids so that their half-siblings don't hate them. My brother suggested I pay half the price and let the ex pay the other half, which I know he'll never do. I rejected both ideas. There's no way I would leave my kids for days to go on a holiday in another country. Was I really cruel? I know this is not my kids' fault, and I understand their urge to go on a holiday, but asking me to pay for 3 additional kids is too much. Edit, since people are asking, he did cheat on me when I was pregnant with my daughter. His new wife is indeed his mistress. I didn't mention it because I didn't think it was relevant to the story here. So let me take a look at some of these comments and I will pick 3 of them. Okay, this is a very short here. First comment is, I like your mom and sis, and it says, I'm sensing something here. Your youngest was born when you got divorced, and your husband and his new wife's oldest kid is also 9. Well, just like your daughter who is 9, if my math is correct, your husband cheated on you when you were pregnant with your daughter and got his new wife pregnant at the same time. Am I right? Yeah, you're right. He did cheat on. Okay, so that was the edit. Oh, but it is. This woman and your ex, after fucking each other behind your back, are name calling you, berating you, and demanding that you financially care for his affair baby and other kids. This is not okay. They're horrible. I know it was 9 years ago, but this is not right. Last comment is not the asshole, but I'm astounded that they even requested this. I would never have let my young kids travel to another country without me. Besides the money issue, there are safety concerns. What if one of them gets sick, lost, or injured? This is a recipe for disaster. Stick to your guns. And then OP was ruled not the asshole, so there is an update here, and we will get into this. Am I the asshole for not wanting to take my ex-husband's kids on vacation? I have no idea why Reddit removed my last post. I even messaged the admins about it, and I don't know why people will report it as spam. I don't know if they will show my update or not, but I will post it on my personal account anyway. So yesterday I went to my ex's house for picking up my kids. As I was there, his kids ran up to me and said they were excited to go to Italy with me. I am confused. I never mentioned the trip to them, nor did I tell my kids I will be taking their half-siblings with me. I called my ex and his wife and asked them to explain this. His wife avoided eye contact. I demanded an answer from her. She said that she cannot break their kid's heart by telling them the truth. I swear to God, I was furious. I had enough of this entitled attitude. I yelled at her and told her that she must have some screws loose inside her head if she thinks she can walk all over me. How dare she use her kids as a weapon? If she wants a break from babysitting her own kids, she should send them to her mom's house. I will not be a free babysitter for her kids. She did try to retaliate, but I was talking all over her. I cannot believe this woman would stoop so low. I screamed profanities at her. I was already having a bad day yesterday, and her entitled and Karen behavior was the straw that broke the camel's back. I told my ex to fix the mess his wife made, otherwise I will take him to court. He tried to justify her intentions. I told him that I will stop sending gifts to his children if he doesn't fix this. I had been nothing but polite to his wife, knowing that she was the home wrecker that broke my home. But enough is enough. I am done being nice to them. His 3 kids are not coming with me. That is final. I explained this to my kids, who were a little sad but understood. Later in the day, my ex called and apologized. He was humiliated by his mother for this. He is a grown man asking his ex-wife to provide for things he should be providing for his kids. He also had a fight with his wife because he didn't know his wife lied to his kids. He said he only had good intentions because he wanted all his kids to enjoy equal privileges. I said the same thing. One Reddit commented that our kids are not equal. It is unfair for him to push this equal privilege thing when our kids don't have the privilege of coming from a complete family because their father was a nasty cheater. At least his other kids get a full-time dad and full house. They don't have to shift houses every week. They don't have to go to therapy and understand why their lives are different. And all of this happened because he couldn't even be strong enough to keep his marital vows. He failed as a father to them, and he failed as a husband to me. And not only had he had the audacity to blame me for the divorce, I told him that if the roles were reversed and it was me who cheated and got pregnant with another man's baby, would he accept me and the baby in his life? I still have yet to get the answer. He just said he was sorry and hung up. Sorry for venting. I've just had a really stressful day. I have yet to talk to my mom and brother about this issue. I can't wait to go to Italy and drown myself in wine and stuff myself with real Italian pasta and pizza. I may or may not update. Edit. I think Reddit hates me. I have no idea why it was flared as fake. Alright, so 2 comments here. Radiant Idea says, what you said to your ex and his mistress was long overdue. You have the patience of a saint and gave him and his mistress far more than they deserved. Well done for you standing your ground and putting this man in his place. Piece of advice, don't interact with the mistress going forward. All communication is through the ex. He also needs to explain to his kids with mistress that you are not related to them and have no responsibility toward them. This is not some happy blended family. X is a stinking cheat who set up a new life at your expense. And then the last comment is standing from HDMX 539 and says, great job, OP, with a standing ovation. I still think you shouldn't give his kids presents, but you are a kinder person than I am. Be well, and I hope your kids have fun in Italy. Bon voyage. Wow, this one was tough here. Okay. I side with OP. I think it was right for her to just kind of just nip this right in the bud. And now, on to our second story. Am I the asshole for refusing to take my stepdaughter with me on vacation? This is from Plain Reaction 5746. When I met my husband, he had 3 kids. They were 6 female, 5 male, and 3 female, and I also had a 4-year-old girl. We got married 2 years later, and I had another girl 5 years later. At first, the kids were at their mom's on weekdays, and with us on weekends. His 2 older kids adored me, while the youngest, Robin, was colder to me. It wasn't so bad then. A year into our marriage, their mother told my husband she couldn't raise them on her own. Either he went back to her or raised them himself. Their mother would only try to spend time with them a couple of days in a month. Robin started treating me worse as the years went on. She would get extremely hostile towards me, especially right after spending time with her mom. It was clear to all of us that her mom was trying to make the kids hate me. It didn't work with the oldest kids, who quickly started calling me mom on their own. I've grown to love them like I love my bio kids. I once referred to all of them as my kids to someone, and Robin got upset and said, "I'm not her kid." She's always been distant but polite with my older bio daughter. Sometimes she would be playing with the baby until I came into the room, and then she'd stop and start complaining, saying things like, "Get your annoying daughter away from me." I would get her gifts, and she would thank her father because it's his money, disregarding the fact that I picked out the gift. She would always complain about my cooking and refuse to eat sometimes. Everyone loves my food, so it's clear that she's just being mean. When spending time as a family, she would be very rude to only me and just ignore me on a good day. Recently, my family and I all plan to spend a month abroad this summer. My husband isn't coming because of work, and I'm planning to take the kids with me except for Robin. When I first mentioned this to my husband, he agreed. Neither of us even thought she would want to go with me without her father. I went to I went to visit my family with the kids a few times before, while she stayed with her aunts. Robin's mother died 2 years ago. When she found out, she was angry and said she deserves to go. My husband begged me to take her, but I refused. I want to relax and enjoy life with my kids and family who love me. I feel like I deserve it. Taking her without her father means that I would have to keep an eye on her on my own and deal with her not listening to me and being rude. My husband said she told him she will be on her best behavior. I said I don't trust her. He even told me that he would send her aunt and cousins with us so that she could watch her there. I refused because this is a family vacation and I don't want a strange family tagging along. Plus, he could send them all on separate vacation away from me. He refused because she wants to be with her siblings. I really need objective opinions. Am I being the asshole to let her by refusing to let her go with me? And she edits with Robin is 14 now. Here's a couple of comments here. Robin has gotten away with treating you like garbage. Don't let her get away with convincing everyone of a lie just to be rewarded with a trip that she doesn't deserve and will absolutely ruin. Better to have Robin angry and resentful over something that she can learn from than she would normally be angry over. If I'm OP and this is an annual vacation, if Robin during this year improves her behavior, she can join next year. But she needs to be consistent in her good behavior for me to take on responsibility. OP, you're not the asshole. Tell hubby that Robin's behavior towards you is an indicator that she can't be trusted, and that she will listen and obey you as a parental figure. If she wants to go next year, she needs to improve communication and behavior towards OP. And the last comment here before OP responds is, I feel kind of, she's a kid. You could try a heart-to-heart with her and or therapy. You have to know that her mother has had to have convinced her it was your fault she couldn't stay with her mom. It sounds to me that Robin is angry and resentful. Her mom is dead. She barely saw her after her mom pulled the nonsense of not being able to take care of kids herself. Have you tried therapy? This could, if you set it up right, and be a trip that changes the relationship. I would say that it's really unhealthy for everyone that this is just allowed to continue. I agree with that. But also, I'm sorry, but she's 14 years old. She's being a little shit. Here we go with OP's comment. Yeah, you're not the asshole at all. And you know what? I would pretty much be like, husband, she's been real, no. she's not going to stay in this house and be with me. And she's got to go somewhere else. She's got to go somewhere else. She ain't coming on vacation with me. This all the other kids are fine, but this one, I don't care. She ain't coming on vacation with me. So in this situation, definitely not the asshole. She's doing the best she can, and this one stepdaughter is doing everything she possibly can because pretty much I'm not her kid. Okay, then get the hell out of my house. All right. See you soon. Have a great one.